Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here, here with another video. And so we got, obviously the demo today. I haven't played it a ton. I don't really, it is what it is. It's the demo until you really get into actual, until the actual game comes out. Obviously, it's going to change from this gen to next gen as well. It's just going to be a roller coaster. It really is. Just going to have to learn the game when it comes out. But you can start to learn it in the prelude, in the demo. And one thing we learned today, shout out, to Rick, my boy Rick. The link to his, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever I can find, I'll include, because my boy Rick came up with this video here. Now I'll be the first to say, when trying to do this behind the back, I wasn't very good at it. Let's just watch here, okay? Let's just watch. You guys see that? Do you guys see this? Like, that is the pre-250K behind the back that we had. This right here is the pre-250K behind the back that we had. It really is. That's really what it was. I mean, I just don't know what to say. If we have that behind the back in the game this year, I don't know what to say, man. I truly don't know what to say. If we have that behind the back of the game, it's going to open everything up. But one thing I'm going to say. No matter what the best move in the game is, the most overpowered thing is, don't rely on it. Because 2 days, 3 days before 250K, it might get patched. But the behind the back, as you guys can see, it's not just Rick's post. I've seen Magic Johnson do it. I've seen a ton of people do it, guys. It's in the game. It's alive and well. And whether it, will be as good as last year, that's to be determined. We don't know that yet, but we'll see that come September 3rd. Soon enough. We got what? 10 days left until the game comes out. So very soon we will kind of know everything about the game mode, the cheesy dribble moves, everything. We'll know everything when that time comes. But this is the first big thing that I noticed today. To go along with what Rick sent me, my boy Chels decided to send me this. So I was in the process today of trying to find the Peekaboo Method, because obviously the Peekaboo is pretty overpowered last year, and this is what I found. It's not the Peekaboo. It's not. It's just, it takes him a little while to set his feet compared to the Peekaboo. But that one to his left looked quick. That kind of looked like a Peekaboo. The one to the right looked a little slower. And that one, he gets his feet set a little bit quicker. And that's just a green light. And that's kind of like the Peekaboo. And we were trying to learn today what is it gonna be? Because you can't L2 stop really. Well, maybe that's what it was. But you can't flick up on the right stick. You can't flick down on the right stick. So, learning all these types of things are going to be part of the meta. Now, a month from now, this probably won't be the quickest way to stop. People are going to keep learning the game. People are going to keep changing the game. And that's why, it is what it is. I have no problem with people finding this day one and learning how to do this at a high rate, because it's going to change. The L2 stop was in the game early on last year. Then came the Peekaboo, then came the quick stop, then, everything just kept evolving, and it always will. That's how the game works, and I'm glad it works that way, because you should never stop learning how to get better at this game, guys. But those are kind of the two of the bigger things I noticed, but we aren't done yet. But this kind of quick stop, Peekaboo, if you want to call it that type of method, was another thing that caught my attention when I was playing the demo. This next video came from Undead on Twitter, guys, and it just kind of indicates what we're getting ourselves into this year. At the start of this year, or at the end of last year, we saw a lot of this. A lot of dribble glitching to the rim, and as you guys can see, once again, dribble glitching all the way to the rim with a slam dunk. There's nothing that the CPU can do to stop it, so that's going to be in the game next year. So what we found out so far is that the behind the back and dribble glitch are both back into the game, as well as a quick stop method that will work. So offensively, once you find out these methods and improve on them, find better ways, we're going to be able to move and groove on 2K20. Now, I know at least for me, my standpoint playing the game today, I wasn't very good because things are a little bit different. The controls are a little bit different. Obviously, you got to do different stuff to trigger each of these animations. But that doesn't take away from the fact that they are still in NBA 2K20. 21. But guys, I found there's a lot more to talk about. I'm just going to talk about that right now. Yeah, right now. So, a lot of questions are going on. Do you shoot with your stick? Do you shoot with X? I will probably end up this year shooting with X or square, and then shooting without a shot meter. That's kind of my guess on what it'll end up being. Now, if the stick becomes kind of the meta, then I'll adjust to that and figure out that as well. But yeah, there's just kind of been a lot of things going on today with, you know, the dribbling, the revamped system. A lot of people are like, this is basically 2K20, which kind of does remind me a lot of 2K20, but I will say it feels different. It's different to play, but once you figure it out, it might end up being kind of that 2K20 type gameplay, and at least for the current gen. The next gen, I completely expect it to be revamped, retuned, all that types of stuff. But just knowing what's going to be in this game for sure, after watching a lot of people do it, I think another big change to the game coming is shooting is going to be nerfed when a player is tired. So if you dribble the ball, you know, 95 times in the possession, I think you're going to, you know, notice that you don't green as much as if you have full stamina, stuff like that. Whereas last year, you know, it didn't really matter. Somebody could dribble the whole possession, called 95 pick and rolls, and still moving and grooving around screen. So I think that's going to be another thing. And I think really rim running is going to be the meta, especially early on in the game. Kind of like it always is. 2K to 2K to 2K, rim running is always prevalent, and guys, that's kind of what I do on offense. So that's why I'm not too worried that I don't know, you know, specifically how to do all these dribble sigs, this and that yet. That'll work. You know, I'll figure that out eventually. You know, I'll figure all that out eventually. For now, I feel like what the biggest takeaways are is, you know, the difference between the shot stick and using X, or using square. That's a big deal to anybody playing. Figuring out kind of where to go with that. Knowing the dribble glitch is in the game, knowing the behind the back has the potential to be in the game as well. There's a lot that we learned today. I wouldn't say this 2K21 demo was super fun for me. I don't know how much more I'll play of it. But it did give us an idea of what to expect gameplay-wise in NBA 2K21. The last thing today we're going to talk about is the fact that straight arms are still in the game. Yes, the green in which that's not a green is still implemented into NBA 2K21. So honestly, today, for me, it was kind of a letdown overall. I was expecting a little bit better, but at the end of the day, it's only a demo. There's only so much you can really see doing a demo. Plus, there's no use playing it, to be honest with you, until like domination comes out. Because if you think about it, the first 2 weeks of 2K21 is going to be domination offline modes anyway. So you can learn so much about the game in those 2 weeks rather than suffering through the demo mode, which I probably really won't do. It's just, for me, it's not worth burning yourself out over the demo, forcing yourself to play it, when for me, truly, it wasn't very much fun at all. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for my last video for today about NBA 2K21. Now, there was a lot that went on throughout the day. I learned quite a bit more. Now, you know, my final takeaway: shot stick, or using the bucket button is going to be preference. One's going to obviously prevail over the other, and the majority of the community is kind of going to stick with that, kind of like we saw with the foot shot meter and stuff like that. Just, you know, seeing the development of the dribbling is going to be interesting within the game, because once one person really figures out how to move and groove, the whole community is going to catch on and stuff like that. Just the last thing, I really truly hope next gen makes that next step that we all want to see within 2K21. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love y'all, and have a blessed day.